You spoke about certain BMWs made in South Africa. We boys, we have to touch on the 80s. Sure. Are you personally a car fan? Are you a car nut?
I've always been a car nut. Actually, anything with wheels. You might think it's strange that your hobby is also your work.
Yeah.
But I love cars, and those cars from the 80s that you're referring to are very, very deep in my heart.
Let's look at BMW in that category. Going back to the 70s, the 3-litre CSL, the BMW 530. Going to the absolute standout years, the 1980s, the locally produced 745i, the 333, the 535i. What is it about BMW that they were so ahead of the competition in those years? Because they were ahead, there's no debate on that.
We'd like to think we still are ahead of the competition, but let's go to those years. Yeah. I think we had a very unique time here in South Africa. In those first 20 years, so from 73 to the mid-90s, we produced cars solely for South Africa.
Right.
And cars were a little less complex in those days, as were all the laws around homologation and so on. So we were allowed to tinker with them here in South Africa.
Now, when you say allowed to tinker, from Germany they said, you've got free reign, you guys are doing it so well?
I think more often we asked for forgiveness rather than permission, but in those days we had more freedom because it was just for South Africa. Nice. And those cars that you referred to were literally produced in South Africa for South Africa only.
Incredible.
And they were produced for the racetrack. Let's be honest, we were producing these cars to beat the competition. And that's
Stanley Group N we're talking about now?
We're talking about Stanley Group N, we're talking about modifieds and so on. I mean, the famous Tony Viana and names like that. And that's why I totally agree with you. Competition is good. We need competition. Otherwise, we wouldn't have any of those cars in our history. And I think those cars they've resonated so strong with South Africans that they've built a brand in South Africa which is very unique. No other country in the world has cars like that in their history.
Need advice? Visit changecars.co.za and click on the Ask Mikey tab.